Hi, my name's Phil Tarling. I'm a stylist and I want to show you with one hand how to iron a shirt. I say one hand because I'm using the other hand to record this and I don't have any friends that can do it for me. So I'm going to show you how to iron a shirt with one hand. It's very simple. Firstly, all you need is an iron. A clean plate, any plate of an iron that's got dirt on will transfer onto a shirt. So have a clean iron, and it's really easy how to clean an iron. I will show you in a tutorial at some point. Starch, if you like a bit of starch. I love a bit of starch. Starching a shirt is the simplest thing you can do. So let's crack on. First of all, you need a shirt. Here's my shirt. I'm really going to do this with one hand. Take your shirt and flatten it as best you can with one hand. Okay, I'm going to take my starch, give it a little spray, and then, there you go, starch on, starch off, then giving it a simple iron. Notice I'm not kind of wiggling the iron, it's not sexy, you don't need to wiggle an iron, just straight up and down, okay, job done. So I always start at the collar. Then from the collar, I go to the yoke, and the yoke is the bit that is over the shoulder. This is called the yoke. So now I'm using my ironing board intelligently, as best I can with one hand and intelligently. Here you go. So I'm now flattening the shirt. It's simple, flatten the shirt. This is the bit I'm going to iron right here. It is easier with two hands. So there you go. Simple, I've done one shoulder, work around the back. Moving the shirt around. Hope you can see that. I'm not starching this bit. I am. Here you go. One hand ironing, not wiggling, ironing. Okay. After the collar and the yoke, I then move on to the cuff and the sleeve. So let's carefully arrange the shirt so you can see where I'm going. Here's the cuff. Okay, turn the cuff inside out. Simple. Spray a bit of starch. Why not? And the thing with starch is it's amazing. You can just layer it up and layer it up. So you can spray it once, iron, spray, iron, spray, iron. I love a bit of starch. Can't go wrong. Right, after the cuff, I'm now moving on to the shirt and having a flat shirt. Smooth it out. Here we go. Nice and smooth. And then again, let the iron do the work. A lot easier. If I ever have a friend that can record this for me, I will show you how to iron a shirt with two hands. This is how to iron a shirt with one hand. I'm now just turned the sleeve over. Give it a quick. I'm a huge fan of the crease down the sleeve here. I love that. I love it when it's really sharp. It's good. Okay, I'm doing the other side. Repeating. So take the cuff, turn it upside down, iron, simple. Flatten the sleeve, just repeating the process of what we did on the other side. A lot easier with two hands, if you have two hands. I don't have two hands. I'm using my elbow. There we go. And yes, sometimes you do tend to iron more creases in than you do out. It's not the ideal. The ideal is that you obviously are. I'm just turning my sleeve. Here you go. I've done a classic example of when you ironing. That's why you flip it over. So I want to get rid of this. So I'm going to do my little water spray. There we go. I'm spreading the shirt out a bit better. Spreading the shirt out. There we go. That was just water in that spray. Don't need anything magical. Don't need anything rocket science. We leave the rocket science to the rocket scientists. Now I'm moving my shirt round. The thing about the ironing board is shaped in a certain way, so use it. So at this end you've obviously got where the iron is, and then it goes narrower and narrower. And this narrow bit here is where I make sure my shirt works around the ironing board. It's really easy. Okay, bit more starch. On it pops. And then iron. Iron. And if, like me, you have an amazing steam iron, I go like Billio. Okay. Okay, stretch the shirt out where possible, if you've got two hands. And if you haven't, then just move it around. Here you go. Okay, here you go. So we've got some little some white stuff that's come from the starch. So that's really simple. Just here we go. You might be really clever and have one of these little roly things around. These are brilliant. So simple. Here you go. Roll, 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 roll your shirt gently down the ironing board, I say. Okay, so now I'm flipping the shirt. So take the shirt, move it round. I'm starting on one side, then I'm flipping the shirt to the back, working around to the other side, and then kind of, so there is a clockwise. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Either way, I'm starting on a front panel of the shirt, then I work around to the back. No starch. The iron is leaking. It's not a problem. It's clean water. If it was a dirty water, if the plate was dirty and it was spitting out, that's not a good sign. So here we go. And if the shirt's not flat, then just flatten it out. It's really quite simple. I mean, to be fair, not so simple with one hand. I do feel like I'm making more of a meal than I necessarily have to, but you know, I might have said this once or twice before. I'm just using one hand. Okay, here we go. So now I'm stretching the shirt over the ironing board and flattening it out. I do actually do this for real. Starch. Here we go. And now iron. So take my iron. So the starch might show up a bit, no problem. You've got a little roly. Roll your shirt. Okay, here we go. Got a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm just manoeuvring the shirt around. Maneuver, boo. So I'm manoeuvring the shirt around. Quick bit of starch. Stretching the shirt out. And I think you'll agree, the time I hang this little baby up, we will see that it's I've done a beautiful job. Once you hang it up, what I like to do, when all my shirts go in the wardrobe, not only do I hang them up, it doesn't actually look as nice as I think it should. Right, let's have a look. Maybe it will in a minute. There we go. I always do the top button up because it sits nicely in the wardrobe. If I can do the top button up, having ironed with one hand. Here we go. So not a bad job, I'd say. There's a little bit of action here. Required some. There you go. So here's my one-handed how to iron a shirt. You start at the collar, and then you do the yoke, and then you put a front panel on the ironing board, working around the back, and then finally the front again. That is how you iron a shirt with one hand. I used this spray, starch spray. You can use any starch spray. This is a pretty amazing one as well. That's a non-aerosol spray. Can't remember where I got that from, but Dylon is pretty good. I'm not sponsored by Dylon, but I do happen to think it's a very good starch. Starch is starch. So yeah, happy ironing. I will try and do a tutorial on how to iron a shirt really well, really quickly with two hands if I can. My name is Phil Tarling. I'm a stylist. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.